My name's Ash Cocksworth. I'm a senior lecturer here at the university in Theology and Practice, and I generally work in the area of Christian theology. More specifically, I'm interested in the relationship between Christian practice and Christian belief. So what are the things that Christians do, and how do those practices shape and guide the things Christians believe? And you can ask the question in the reverse too. You can say, how does Christian belief help to form and guide and give expression to the kinds of things that Christians do? More specifically still, I'm interested in a couple of what I call everyday or ordinary Christian practices. So these are the things that Christians do day in, day out, all around the world. And if you were to look at the rich diversity of the Christian tradition, as it's variously expressed in all sorts of contexts, one of the very fundamental forms of Christian practice is prayer. And I found prayer to be a really interesting way in to these discussions around belief formation and belief production, and how prayer gives expression to a really complex set of theological claims. The other everyday religious practice I'm interested in is reading. Reading is something completely fundamental to the Christian tradition. The Christian tradition is a religion of the book, and reading has always accompanied Christian practice and belief through the history of Christianity. It's also something that we do lots of here at the university, and I'm interested in exploring theologically what it might mean to read. So I'm interested in ways of reading the Bible, but also ways of reading non-biblical texts and what's theologically interesting about reading as a practice. So alongside these everyday Christian practices of praying and reading, I'm also interested in the really big issues that are currently facing society and the world today. And in my mind, there's no bigger issue than the environmental crisis. So my latest bit of research is revisiting the Christian doctrine of creation to ask what might be available within those resources within the Christian tradition to help to respond to the environmental crisis that we face, and specifically what practices might be available within the Christian tradition that could help to develop and foster a new kind of relationship with the creation in which we find ourselves. And we call this eco-theology. And I'm interested, I suppose, in the eco-spiritual aspects of eco-theology.